Good AIDS Walk Sunday morning to you. Thank you for all you have done over these many years to bring about such tremendous progress on HIV/AIDS. The history of how that happened illustrates the best of human nature, our capacity for compassion, community action, and change. Change at a societal level in terms of awareness and attitude, and change at the level of personal responsibility concerning practices far more difficult and complex than donning a mask, but we managed. I want to acknowledge a few of the giants from our organizing campaigns of the 80s and 90s. That would be the 1980s and 90s. Leaf Green, Richard Zychek, Lori Fabiano, Bert Champagne, Michelle Schott, Jennifer Singleton, April Yamamoto, Eddie Shapiro, and from the organization APLA Health, Craig Thompson, and also the late, great singer, songwriter, and AIDS activist, Michael Callan. The progress we have achieved on HIV, though great, has also been applied with great inequitability. That is why we continue to gather as AIDS Walk for uncomfortable reasons that raise uncomfortable questions. For whom has HIV become manageable? For whom is good HIV care available? And for whom does it remain difficult to access? The hard truth is, we know the truth. In this moment of national reckoning on race, we know. Just as we know the truth behind our federal government's current push to place business interests above the health of frontline essential workers, we know the truth. When a number of bad-acting city governments across America, including that of my sanctimoniously liberal hometown of Santa Monica, California, allow their police departments to open fire with tear gas and rubber bullets to quell the urgent, constitutionally protected, and long overdue protests of the Black Lives Matter movement, we know the truth. In the early 1980s, we learned the truth of what happens when our government turns away from, rather than tends to, a public health emergency. We learned what happens when a president allows his own ignorance and bias to inform public health decisions, to choose whose needless death is somehow acceptable. Tragic history repeats itself if we let it. For so long, America has fooled itself into believing our society is fair, that institutional racism doesn't exist, when the truth is right before us. Today, America struggles with the dual pandemics of COVID-19 and delusion. Neither will disappear with wishful thinking, nor will HIV, nor will racism, sexism, homophobia, or transphobia, and the poverty that they cause. These conditions will not just one day pack up and disappear from our shores. They need to be actively banished by all of us. Then as now, silence, particularly white silence, equals death. But the reverse is also true and even more powerful. Action equals life. From New York to San Francisco to countless places in between, when the leaders fail to lead, the people lead the way. That is what the AIDS Walk movement did. That is what needs to be done today. To the new generation of activists, never wait for permission to lead. That is not how change happens in America. Just keep leading. Just keep going. Because clearly we are not there yet. And a brighter future is in your hands. It is within reach if you grasp for it. So grasp for it. Thank you, Kelsey Louie and GMHC. Thank you, Brett Andrews and PRC. And thank you to all the AIDS Walk supporters.